Hi everyone, welcome to TBA Global Webinar. Is EPR Essentials Navigating Green Compliance in Europe? I'm Client Service Manager Ray. Today, I'm very happy to have our Sales Account Manager Buchu to join me for this EPR conversation. Hello, Buchu.
Hello,
Happy
Ray.
New Year.
Hello, Ray. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year to you all.
Okay. We have been really busy recently, right?
Yes, since summer, actually, we have been quite busy, especially the sellers, they were getting ready for Christmas, New Year's. We are still busy. It was end of the year. Yes, we have been very busy.
Yeah, and especially it was the end of the year, and also now it's the beginning of the new year, so everybody is preparing for the new start.
New start.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. So talking about this EPR, it's a relatively new concept for all sellers, and that's why we are having this discussion. And hopefully, after today, all the sellers will have a better idea about EPR.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, so first of all, let's quickly look at the agenda. Of course, at the beginning, we're going to talk about what EPR is and why it's very important for our business. And then we will talk about the regulations and organizations we are dealing with. And also, we will talk about the EPR reporting. And at the last session of our webinar, of course, we have Buchu here. We're going to tell us how we can support you with EPR compliance. Okay, right, let's get started. So Buchu, first tell us, what is EPR?
Okay, EPR stands for Extended Producer Responsibility.
Okay.
It is a policy approach designed to make manufacturers, producers, and brand owners responsible for the entire life cycle of their products, including their end-of-life disposal. Here is the primary goal is to promote environmental sustainability, waste reduction, and proper management of your products at the end of their useful life.
Okay, so you talk about producer responsibility, but say, for example, I'm an online seller. I sell on eBay, on Amazon, on Etsy. Am I responsible?
All the sellers, they will be responsible to be EPR compliant,
All right.
Regardless which online platform they sell. That's why it's called extended producer responsibility.
Okay, so it's an extended producer responsibility. So if I sell on the online platform, so I will be seen as a producer as well. So I'm responsible.
Yes.
Okay.
All the sellers, regardless they are manufacturer, which platform they sell from, to these marketplaces, they will be responsible for EPR compliance.
Right. Okay. So I guess the next question is why EPR is important.
EPR is a regulation to follow the regulation. Current business landscape, environmental sustainability, and the responsibility are becoming increasingly important. So for the EPR compliant can be demonstrate your company's commitments to sustainability and meet the regularity requirements.
Okay, so it's very important because it's a government requirement, right? So it's part of the government's requirement, and also it's friendly to the environment.
Yes, all the sellers, they need to meet these requirements set by the local authorities actually in these countries.
Okay, it's very good to know. So and also it's very good for the environment as well. And we talk about sustainability. Okay, and right. For example, if I'm a seller based in the US, do I need this EPR number?
Regardless where your company is based, all the sellers, they need to follow these EPR requirements. That's why EPR compliance is required wherever they are from. So
Okay.
if they are from US registered company, if they are from US,
yeah.
US, they need to be also EPR compliant.
Okay, it's very good to know. And then I guess the next question is, which countries actually require this EPR compliance?
EPR compliance is required in many countries.
Right.
Most sellers are interested in certain countries. It has started with Germany and France from back in 2022, and it has expanded all many countries. But at the moment, as TBA Global, we provide services, EPR services in particular countries such as Germany, France, Austria, Italy, Spain, United Kingdom, and Sweden.
Okay. So I guess the common question from the sellers is that, right, I have a German EPR number. Can I use this German EPR number for all EU countries?
German, no. Basically, one EPR number cannot be used in different countries. Also, each country has got different categories.
Right.
So let's say Germany has got 3 categories based on your product: packaging, WE, and also batteries.
Battery, yeah.
So you can each category, it has to be registered separately.
Right.
And that numbers cannot be used, let's say, in France.
All right.
So each country has got different categories, and all the categories, they need to be registered separately.
Okay. So let's say I want to sell in Europe. Can I sell without an EPR number?
If the sellers are selling in these markets, they must register EPR product category that applies to their assortment.
Okay.
If not, they may be at risk of not being able to sell into these markets.
All right. Okay. Then what about VAT number? Let's say again, if I want to sell in Germany and I don't have a VAT number, can I still sell? Sorry, can I what? Can I get the EPR number? I should say.
Basically, there's a relation, of course, between VAT number and EPRs, depending on the category and the country. For example, for France EPR registration, there's no VAT requirement.
All right, good to know.
However, Germany, WEE, and also batteries categories, yes, the sellers, in order to get an EPR number, they need to also have a VAT number.
All right.
Because during the application process, they will need to provide us a VAT number for that particular country.
All right.
In order for us to apply EPR number.
Okay. So let's say if I want to get an EPR number, I'll come to you, Buchu, and you will help me, right? We
will be first point of contact. We will give them the free consultation. Yes, they will need to contact us, and we will give them all the information in their business, whatever their business needs.
Okay. So do I need actually a representative in those countries?
Yes, authorized representative.
Okay, so it is actually called authorized representative.
Yes, authorized representative. I would like to explain to you what is authorized representative. Yeah, basically, authorized representative is the entity, so that has been given to legal authority to act on behalf of EPR matters. So all the sellers, they will need an authorized representative in order to also, have this EPR compliance.
Okay, right. If I'm a seller based in China, for example, do I need an authorized representative?
Yes. If you're a Chinese seller, you will need an authorized representative. The only matter here, the only point is here, if you are a non-local resident, right, you will need an authorized representative. If local resident, right, you will need regardless where you're from.
Okay, so if you are a non-local resident, let's say, yeah, my example, if I'm based in China and want to get a German EPR number, then I do need an authorized
representative. But if you're a German seller, you wouldn't need an authorized representative in Germany.
Okay, right. So tell us a bit more about this authorized representative. So which countries requires this authorized representative?
Authorized representative, or almost all countries are required authorized representative, but let's say, for example, French packaging doesn't require authorized representative. Instead, France packaging, it requires to engage a recycling company for assistance.
Okay.
Which is called a producer organization, a producer responsibility organization.
All right.
Some countries, the producer responsibility organizations can serve as authorized representative.
Okay.
Yes, that's why for the France packaging, there's no additional cost because there's no authorized representative.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So actually, regarding producer responsibility organization, Ray is more expertise in this topic.
Right.
So I would like to ask Ray, what is a producer responsibility organization, Ray?
Right. Okay. So basically, producer responsibility organization is just it's like organization handling all the issues with EPR. It can be acting as a recycling organization, and also they will collect and submit data to the authorities. So yeah, basically you need to apply for the EPR number from this organization, and also you need to do the reporting to these organizations, and they will report to the authority.
And this is how it works, basically. How the producer responsibility organization work?
Yeah, let's say if you want to get an EPR number, you need to fill up the application form and submit to these organizations, and they will get the EPR number, and then you will need to report the sales figures to these organizations, and they do the reporting, and these organizations will report back to the authority.
Okay.
But different countries are running different operations. Let's say for France, there is only one organization for each category. You just need to deal with the producer responsibility organizations for the whole process. That's why it's called a single system.
Okay.
But in Germany, they are running a dual system, which means you need to get the EPR number from the authorities.
Okay.
And then you need to look for organization to do the reporting and the recycling.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's why it's called a dual system.
So only Germany has got a dual system.
Well, Germany is a bit more complicated about application and filing and reporting. But don't worry about it. If you sign up with us, we will help you to get everything sorted.
Okay.
You don't need to worry about it.
Thank you, Ray. It is very helpful. Most of the sellers, you mentioned about the contribution fee, reporting contribution fee.
Yep.
Most of the sellers, they are confused about the contribution fee. Let's talk about a little bit about contribution fee.
Yeah, of course.
What is contribution fee?
Okay, before we talk about contribution fee, I'd like to say, well, there are two sorts of fees the sellers need to consider. One is the service fee. So the service fee is the fee they pay to us, and we get the application done, we get the reporting done. So it's the service fee. And the next one is the contribution fee. Contribution fee is more like a VAT liability, if you want. You can compare it to a VAT liability. It's you have to pay to the organizations to do the recycling parts.
Okay.
So of course, all countries, if you get a EPR number, and then there's a contribution fee involved. But for some countries, they require a minimum contribution fee.
Okay. Which countries require contribution fee?
Well, contribution fee, well, all countries requires a contribution fee, right? So, but if we talk about the minimum contribution fee,
Okay.
it's
So what
the-
is minimum contribution?
Okay, yeah, a minimum contribution fee is the minimum requirement to do the recycling. Say, for example, for French EPR, for example, French packaging EPR, the minimum contribution fee is €80,
Okay.
but this covers up to 10,000 units. So if your annual sales is less than 10,000 units, for example, then you don't need to pay anything extra.
Anything extra?
Okay.
What about one of the most common question from the sellers, which is if they don't have any sales, do they still need to pay this contribution fee?
Oh, yes. So this is called a minimum contribution, right? So if you don't have any sales, or if your sales is very small, you still have to pay this minimum contribution. But the good news is, if your sales is up to 10,000 units, let's take French packaging EPR, for example, then you don't need to pay anything extra.
Okay, amazing. All right, very helpful information.
Yes. So yeah, I just remember something very important we talked about just now. It's about EPR categories.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about EPR categories?
Yes, of course. EPR categories are various, as you can see on the table.
Right.
They are based on countries. Each country has got different categories. In this table, you can see countries and categories, which we provide the service for, basically. So for France, there are many categories that the seller, they, of course, based on their products, they will need to register. For Germany and the rest of the countries like Spain, Italy, Sweden, Austria, and UK, they need to register only 3 categories.
Yeah, I can see for most of the countries, the 3 categories are like requirements, right?
They are the requirements,
yeah, so
especially
like,
Germany, Spain, and France. There are some categories they have to, they're mandatory in order to sell.
Yeah, packaging, WEE, and batteries. I think most countries are requiring EPR number for these 3 categories.
Already,
yes. Looking at the France table, there are so many categories there. There's furniture, tires, paper, toys. Are we offering services on all those categories?
But on the table, whatever the categories and the countries you see, we provide the service for. So if the requirement is for textile, yes, we provide the service.
Okay.
Chemicals, sports, toys, paper, tires, furniture. But as I mentioned before, that there are 3 categories. They are already mandatory, which is packaging, batteries, and also WEE.
Okay, so if all the audience, if you have needs for this EPR numbers in all the categories listed here, they just need to get in touch.
Yes.
And we will help them.
Yes, we will help them with the categories and also countries. We can give them the information as well based on their products.
Okay, so
based
yeah,
on their listings.
Okay, yeah, we talk about the categories already. I'd like to go a bit further about categories. I know, especially the WEE, they have a lot of categories and subcategories. It's quite complicated, right?
Yes, WEE actually is one of the most complicated category,
Yes.
and we get a lot of questions, and it is quite confusing. First of all, it stands for waste from electrical and electronic equipments. So basically, if your product falls into electrical goods, which means you may need to have a EPR compliance.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
for this WE category.
Okay, could you give us a bit more examples? I think if I remember correctly, the EPR categories, the WE categories, there's like a large equipment, small equipment. Can you give us a bit more information?
Basically, the goods covered by the waste electrical and electronic equipments regulations fall into following categories, such as large household appliance, example, fridges, radiators, air conditioning appliances, or small household appliances, such as sewing machines, or toasters, or kettles, clocks, for example. These ones, they fall into the categories.
Okay. So yeah, sometimes it can be hard to choose which categories I need to apply for EPR number 4. Let me give you an example. Maybe you can help me here. Say if I sell mobile phone, for example. So yeah, if I sell mobile phone, what categories should I be looking at?
Okay, basically mobile phone has both categories. I can say 3 categories,
Right.
actually. Packaging, the sellers, they need to get registered regardless their product. And on top of that, for mobile phone, it falls into electrical. So they need to get registered WE category, and also batteries. So
Okay.
3 categories. If the sellers, they sell mobile phone, they need to be EPR compliant for 3 different categories.
So it will be packaging, WEE, and battery.
Yes,
Okay.
3 categories they need to register.
Yeah, it's very interesting. You're talking about packaging. Well, it seems to me all sellers, if they want to sell, they need to have a packaging EPR number, right?
Regardless what product they sell, they need to register packaging, and the rest of the categories based on their products.
Based on their product.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, packaging. So it doesn't matter what product you sell, there is a packaging. Okay, there is a cardboard or packaging.
Yes,
And
which needs to be recycled.
yes, exactly. So the product packaging, so we call it as a primary packaging, right? So if say Amazon will do the delivery, then they will put a cardboard box on top of the products packaging. So that's a secondary
yes.
packaging, exactly.
Yeah. Because when you think about the product,
Yeah.
product itself has got packaging,
Yeah,
which is
sure.
called primary packaging.
Yes.
And also Amazon also do the packaging with their own packaging, which is called secondary packaging.
Oh, it's very good to know. So all sellers will need a packaging EPR number, and depending on what items they sell, they may need a WEE, or they may need a battery, or they may need a toys EPR number.
Definitely, we will give them the consultation anyway when they get in touch with us.
Okay, so yeah, it's very good to know. So like mobile phone, for example, and I do need WEE as well as a battery. So we need both categories.
Both categories. I mean, of course, categories are important, but afterwards, we talked about EPR categories, we talked about authorized representative, we talked about contribution fee, but also after the registration, there's the important part is part of EPR compliance is a reporting.
Yes.
So let's talk about reporting, right?
Sure.
Which is really important because
Sure.
many sellers, they think that once the registration is done, that's it, I'm done. I don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Regarding this regulation.
Yeah, I think it's a common question. So a lot of sellers, they will say, okay, I got the EPR number, I got the category right, and I'm good.
Yes,
but
good to go, good to sell, but what's happening afterwards?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So let's talk about the reporting. On the table, the countries and the reporting frequencies, could you give us some more information about EPR reporting? How does it work?
Yes, of course. I think there are 4 areas we need to look into. So the first area is frequency. Of course, you just mentioned the frequency. Different countries and different categories, they will have different reporting frequencies. For most of the categories and countries, you can start with annual frequency, which means you only need to report once a year. But of course, depends on how much you sell, your sales volume. The authority may require to change the frequency to every 6 months, semi-annually.
Okay.
And even if your sales volume is high, the authority may ask you to change to quarterly. Then you do need to do the quarterly reporting.
Okay.
Okay, and then the next thing you need to think about is the EPR reports. We are very familiar with Amazon platform because most of the sellers are based on selling on Amazon. So we know you can get the EPR report very similar to a VAT report. You can download the EPR report from Amazon without any problems. And some of the sellers, they sell on eBay as well. They sell on
Other online
and other
platforms.
online platforms, of course. And you can download the similar reports from all those platforms. You just need to forward us the reports, and then we will do the calculation. And then after the calculation, if your sales volume is within the minimum contribution, then you don't need to pay anything.
Extra.
Okay, you don't need to pay anything extra, of course. But if your sales volume is over the minimum requirement, then we will reach out to you to let you know how much extra you have to pay.
Okay.
And then is the measurement.
Measurement.
It's very interesting topic, in fact. So different countries, they will have different measurements. Germany, for example, the calculation is based on weight.
kg. Right?
kg, yes, kilogram, yes,
Kilogram.
yes. But for France, for example, the calculation is based on units, based on pieces, how many items you sell per year.
Okay. So during the reporting, we will do all the calculations.
Yes.
Based on weight and based on units, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Let's say if I'm a seller and if I miss the deadline for the reporting, what would be the consequences?
Yeah, of course, we will reach out to you many times before the deadline and ask you to provide the reports. If we don't receive the reports, then of course we can't do the filing, right? We can't do the reporting. Missing the reporting, of course, it can result in, well, there's a risk. There's a risk of your EPR number being deactivated by the authorities.
Okay.
And also, if your EPR number is invalid anymore, then the online marketplace, Amazon, for example, eBay, for example, they may restrict your selling privileges.
Okay, which will cause a big issue with their actually work process.
Yes, exactly. Yes, then you will lose your business. You will lose profits.
Okay.
And also, at the same time, the authorities, they may issue a penalty. So and also the penalty can be quite high, can be actually much higher than the actual reporting.
Okay, amazing. Thank you. Thank you for the information. The reporting is very important for the whole process. Actually.
Yes, exactly. So today we talk about EPR. We know what EPR is and why is it important. And also we talk about categories, we talk about producer responsibility organizations, we talk about authorized representative, and also we talk about the EPR reporting process. I hope after today we'll have a better picture of what EPR is.
Yes, definitely.
Now, I'd like to talk a little bit about how TBA can help our sellers with this EPR compliance.
Yes, I would like to actually highlight a few points working with us, with TBA Global.
Yes.
We have been in the sector 14 years of experience actually.
Right. Okay.
And of course, any regularity changes may affect your operations. Therefore, it's very important to ensure compliance with the latest regulations.
Right.
So we will keep you updated with these latest regulations.
Yes.
For example, the regulations, let's say Spain EPR packaging, it is enforced since 1st of January 2024.
All right.
And I'm sure most of the sellers, they're not really aware of that. So with these kind of regulations, we will keep you updated, and you will be staying on top of the regularity changes. So this is one of the advantage. Another advantage, we provide a multi-language support.
Right.
Of course, for the sellers, it will be very comfortable to communicate with their own language. We support our clients in different languages, such as Spanish speaking, Italian speaking. We've got account managers, Turkish speaking, Chinese speaking, French speaking. So I think these subjects are very delicate.
Yes.
So it will be very all the sellers, they will be comfortable to speak with their own language.
Yes, it's good to provide multi-language support, right? So yeah, and I just think about something. So the Turkish sellers as well. So Burcu, you speak Turkish, right?
Yes, I do, and I speak Turkish and also English. So I also support Turkish market.
Yes.
So I have seen the benefit of it, of course, because many sellers, they feel comfortable speaking in Turkish.
Yes.
And
So
all these regulations.
Yes, of course, communicating with the seller in their own language is very important. But also, if the sellers, they don't speak the local language, we can support them as well, right?
Of course.
For example, a Chinese seller, for example, if they want to contact a German authority and they don't speak German, and we can also help.
Of course, we will be communicating with the local authorities on behalf of the sellers. So it will be we will provide them hassle-free service, so they don't need to communicate with the authorities. They don't need to do anything, basically.
Right. Okay.
And also we provide the customized solutions for their business needs. And we have been partnership with the big online marketplaces such as Amazon, Walmart. So TBA Global will give them the free consultation. So there are quite a bit advantages working with us.
Okay. Yeah, it's very good to know. So we can provide an EPR compliance service. And also, we can provide a wide range of service on top of EPR, right?
We don't only provide EPR services. We have many. We have variety. Our services actually quite various. We provide VAT services, VAT registration. We do in many countries, VAT returns, and we provide also ERP, the responsible person. Okay. Which also, there's a new regulation for that as well. And maybe, the sellers, they need to also keep getting updated about that. And we provide trademark service. Yeah. There are various. Basically, we provide cross-border compliance solutions to the sellers. Okay. If they want to expand their business into different countries.
Oh, it's very good to know. So the sellers, they just need to get in touch.
Yes. Yes, please get in touch with us. Basically.
First question, Burcu, you want to go for the first question?
Okay, first questions from Abchen.
Yeah.
Yes, the name is, sorry for my pronunciation. Abchen is, in which countries is packaging recycling mandatory?
I think for all the countries, in fact.
All the countries, yes. Packaging is mandatory. But of course, online platforms, they got a different requirements. So let's say, as an example, in Germany, and France, when you do the listing, you'll be required on Amazon, you'll be required packaging a number. Otherwise, Amazon would let you to do the listing.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So the second question is, if we already have contract with TBA, thank you very much. So we have it's one of our existing clients.
Okay.
Okay. And with TBA in Germany, we don't need AR.
If you already have a contract with us, of course you don't need a authorized representative separate, because we will be your basically we will
provide. Yes.
We'll provide that service is including in the package. We will communicate the authorized representative on behalf of you, so it will be included in our service.
So the third question from Efsin is, we must sign contract with other countries in 2024. Yes, I'd say yes. If you want to still selling in 2024, then of course you need a EPR number for all those countries, right?
Of course, if the registration is done, let's say 2024, of course you need to do the reporting for 2024. So there has to be a contract. There's a second question.
Yeah, the second question from
Shanzai.
Shanzai. Yeah.
Thank you for the question. We want to sell glass jars with bamboo lids. But if we are a UK company and already got a German EPR number for packaging,
Right.
So do we need to still EU responsible person?
EU responsible
This is completely different from EPR. Shanzai. This is for EU responsible person.
Yeah, I would recommend Shanzai to get in touch with us, and we do offer the EU responsible person. Yeah, we do
yes,
offer
Shanzai.
that. Just get in touch, and then we will look into your
Send
case.
us an email.
Yes.
To info@tbaglobal.com, and we will get back to you regarding your inquiry. Okay. This is completely different from EPR. So third question is from Kashla. Can we still have the EPR for Germany?
This is a really broad question. I'd say, can I still have the EPR? Yeah, of course you can. I don't see any.
So basically, we need more information
exactly.
About your need, Kashla.
Yeah, exactly. Again, get in touch, and then we have a whole team to help you.
Definitely. There's a fourth question from Lutrust. How do I report products that are not selling through Amazon? Direct shipment from Korea. Okay, reporting.
Yeah, reporting. Yes, of course. We have a template. Please get in touch, and then we will send you the template. You can fill out the template, and then we will do the reporting, and then we will combine your off Amazon sales figure onto Amazon sales figure, and then we can do the reporting for you. This is not a problem at all.
Online platforms has got, I believe, different way of getting the reports.
Yes.
On Amazon, there's the EPR reports which you can download.
Yes.
But on the other platforms, of course, you must have kind of reports.
Yeah, similar
report. Download similar reports.
Yeah, they should have a similar report. You can download a similar report from other platforms, or if it's your own website sales, you just need to fill up a template. We can give you a template, and then we can combine all the data and do the reporting for you.
Amazing. Thank you. Okay, there's a fifth question from Victoria. Do all the EPR categories require EPR authorized representative? This question is for me. Basically, as we mentioned, EPR categories, all the EPR categories, they require authorized representatives for non-local sellers.
Yes.
Sellers. So we gave an example. If you are from US, you are selling to Germany, you will need an authorized representative. But if you're a German seller and you are selling into Germany, you don't need an authorized representative. Okay.
Yeah, and also about authorized representative, some PROs, hopefully we still remember PROs. It's the producer responsibility organizations. Some PROs, they can act as authorized representative as well.
Yeah, such as in France. Yes, yeah. We mentioned that.
Okay. We've got another question from
Akpan.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we sell on Amazon, we need EPR in Italy too, and in Sweden, we sell 400 euros per month. We need an EPR. So if you sell on Amazon, you will be required for EPRs for Italy and also in Sweden.
Yeah.
Yes. EPR registration is requirement by the authorities from these countries for different categories, but for packaging, definitely, you will need to register, you will need to be compliant.
Yes.
It's regardless how much you sell.
Yes.
As we mentioned before, let's say some sellers, they don't sell in certain time, and after they start selling, because you can really predict how much you're going to sell. Yes. Regardless, the sales is 0 or more, you need the EPR compliance.
Yes.
It's the requirement.
Yeah, basically, yes, exactly. It's a requirement from the government. So if as long as you sell in those countries, then you should get an EPR number in those countries.
Exactly.
We've got another question about minimum contribution. If I pay the minimum contribution fee, do I still need to pay extra? Then, yeah, of course, the minimum contribution usually covers up to a certain amount of sales. We gave an example already about French packaging. So if you pay the minimum contribution, it covers up to 10,000 units. So if your sales is less than 10,000 units, then you don't need to pay anything extra. But if your sales volume is big and you sell more than 10,000 units, then of course there is an extra contribution fee.
Contribution fee pay. Yeah. Okay, these are the questions. Any other questions?
Okay, then we would like to thank all of you for giving your time today. Don't forget to reach out to redeem your promotion and learn more details about our EPR service. All you need to do is just get in touch and quote the promotion,
Definitely.
code.
Yes,
And then,
yes, apply with the promotion code. We've got our contact details. Our email address is info@tbaglobal.com, and we have our phone number is country code +44 208 349 9888. Please get in touch with us, and we will give you all the free consultation for your business needs. And see you next time.
yeah, see you next time. And thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
joining. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.